How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we are back with another episode of our previously in DBSCG series. And for this week, we have our 100th episode. So I did miss out last week because I was quite busy. So we've got last week's and this week's in, but this is our 100th episode, so a milestone for the series where we go over the week's news and give you it at the end of the week rather than looking at it by day. And for this one, we're going over more Fusion World reveals from the new sets. We've got set 2 reveals going on, and we're going to have a look and see what we've got for new for that, because that comes out not too soon. I think in May. I think it's May. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm kind of a little bit confident that it is in, and we get to see some new cards, and Bandai are doing a better job, but also a worse job than they did before, where we're still getting just one spoiler per day, but we're getting some better reveals. Like, we're not getting the SRs all at the end. The last thing we get are SRs. We get SRs in with the normal reveals, so we get to see some of the bigger cards before we even see like all the other cards, which is quite nice. So if you're interested in seeing what the news is for this week and last week, keep on going. Keep on watching if you're interested in Fusion World. If not, it's absolutely fine, but we're going to go and have a look at it. But before we do, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Keeps you updated with my videos as when they drop, and we're on our way to 2K subs now. And you might have seen, if it came out before, it came out after, I can't remember when I scheduled it. There should be a giveaway to celebrate that I got to 1,000 subs. And also, if you hit the notification bell, you can get alerts to our videos do drop, so you can watch them there then or at a later time. So let's get into it, because that's a little bit of a long intro, but let's check out the news for this week. So, starting off with red, like we like to go in color order, so go red, blue, green, and yellow. And we got some of the red reveals. So we got 4 reveals in the past 2 weeks for red, and we've got the first 2 here. So we got a super combo. So once again, in this set, we get a super combo for each color. We got all 4 revealed. They actually did it one after the other. So we've got all 4 of the super combos for each color. So it's more, they're all the same as we got the previous super combos. So all the same super combo where they got the same keyword, because they're going to have the same keyword, same cost, same power, same combo, same effect. Like with the auto, meaning that they're really good defensive, but they're just normal, like 10k combos offensively, but if you do it defensively, they become 20k combos, which can be really handy. Now, the only relevant thing about super combos is until we get different kinds of super combos, they're all the same, so it just becomes whatever the character is and traits that can be relevant or more synergy with your deck idea. So for red, we've got another Universe 1, because it seems to be now for red, it's focusing mainly on the Universe, the Dragon Ball Super Universe Saga. So it's all the different ones. So we got a Universe 2 super combo this time. So we've got a Universe 6 and Universe 7 from set 1 in the start, being Shin for the Universe 7, and then Kaba for Universe 6. So we got Ribrianne for Universe 2 super combo, and she has the new Tournament Power trait to go with, like, in combination, if there becomes a searcher for it, for the new Goku lead. And she's also got the Maiden Squadron tag and Universe 2 tag. So different character, different traits. So yes, currently there's no reason to run this one over the other ones currently. But as we get more reveals, because we're still going for the reveals, only got a few so far, we might see more synergy to make a reason to include this. Or it could be useful when we get a potential Universe 2 lead, because we could still potentially get a Ribrianne lead as well. So I'd be interested to see that. And then for an extra card, I think every color got an extra card as well. We got an extra card for each one, so we're kind of getting some different certain types of cards across each color. So we're getting one of each color of a certain type of cards. We've got super combos, we've got extra cards as well. And for red, the extra card we've got shown so far is Glimpse of a Hidden Arrogance, which is a 2-cost extra card. That's a battle trick. So it's a 2-cost battle trick, the one we haven't seen before, but notice that there's only got 1 red dot, meaning that Roshi's still going to be able to make this a 1 cost, rather than if it had 2, it can make it potentially a 0 if you had 2 Roshis. And as well as that, the effect is to choose your leader or up to 1 of your battle cards, and it gets 25k power for the battle, so 2 energy, they get 25 boost. That's 1 more than essentially the same that green gets for their normal 1-cost starter deck battle trick. But it's got a little bit more, so that's the whole thing that green one does, is just give you 15k, but if you got 6 more energy, give an extra 10k, meaning 25k for 1 energy, but this gets that plus an extra benefit. But then, if you have a battle card with 30k power or more, like in play, if it didn't add in play, but it's mostly indicate in play, then add up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less when you drop to your hand. So for 2 energy, you can give a huge boost to a card being aggressive or defensive, more likely going to want to use it for being aggressive. And then if you got a battle card on the board that's 30k or more, which with boosting a battle card with this would meet that criteria, unless you want to boost the leader. And then you get to add one battle card with a cost of 4 less when you drop to your hands. You can get an extra 10k combo, the chuck on, which is quite nice. So for 2 energy, you can potentially put 35k into a swing, which is quite nice. As long as it's a battle card you've boosted up. Or you can even just grab back something useful to just continue pressure or just to continue grinding out. So a pretty nice extra card. Not sure how great it's going to be considering it's a 2 cost, but then it's quite a good effect. It also has the Saiyan trait, Universe 7 trait, and also Total Power traits has got that searchability from those kind of things, or those kind of if anything benefits from those traits, which is quite nice. And yeah, that's the extra card. So we got 2 more for the red as well. So we've got 2 SRs as well. So we got a round of SRs that we saw that we got one within 1 day, and we got 1 of each color. And now we're getting another lot of SRs. So we've seen a red and a blue one. So the next 2 days. So tomorrow and tomorrow will be Monday, and Tuesday we'll then get the yellow and green one. So that'd be pretty cool. But we got the blue and red one so far today. Well, today and yesterday. And these are the 2 SRs we've seen for the Tournament Power. So I think there's going to be 3 SRs for each colour in the set. So similar to what we had in the last one, where we got SRs. I think we want to be more generic. Well, I think actually it might be 1 maybe being generic and 2 being specifically for the new leader, because there's only 1 leader for each colour in the set. So for this one, we've got Kefla and Android 17 as the SRs for red. Well, 2 of the SRs for red. We got a 4 cost in Kefla, but it's a 20k power, so it meets the criteria to cheat out with the new leader, new Goku leader, and it's also 10k combo, which is not too bad for an SR having it 10k power. It's not something you really see on any SR at the moment. And then we've got the Android 17 being more inclined with how SRs are, where it's got a good power to cost ratio, be the free cost 25k, but then 0 combo power, and they got some pretty nice skills as well. And also, if you notice that we got the Kefla has the Batara, well, they have those traits being Kefla Saiyan, Android 17 Android, they got the Universe trait being Universe 6 and 7. They also have the new Tournament Power traits that they work to coincide with the leader, and some synergy with this archetype for those leaders. And then Kefla's got Patara because it's a Patara fusion. So it's nice to see that we're getting Patara as a trait rather than as a keyword like we got in Masters. So Kefla's quite interesting, where permanent, if your leader is awakened, this card gets 5k power, so technically that permanent is only actually live when it's on the board. So once in your hand, it's a target for your Goku to discard a card, tap 1, to free play out, and then it comes in the board and it's a 25k and it has its own play, which is you draw a card, so you replace yourself in your hand, which is quite nice, and then you play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less, and 20 power and a special trait from your hand. And what is Android 17? It is a target for that. It's a free cost or less 20 power card. So there's a really nice synergy for both these. And also Android 17 will go over its skills first. It's got 2 permanents. First one being if your leader with Universe 7 in the special traits gets 5k power, and that's not during a specific turn. That's just what's on board. So what's on the board? Your leader gets an extra 5k defensively during your opponent's turn and offensively during your turn. Meaning you can generate 20k lead in 25, both offensively and defensively. It was really good. That's a really nice thing. It's going to be a pain for Ginyu. I know that at least now if it gets played, and that's going to be annoying to deal with. And I hope every color doesn't get that, because I love Ginyu and I will keep playing it. And we got the ever permanent being if your leader is awakened, this card can't be KO'd by skills of your opponent's battle cards, meaning no Brody coming down to pop it. So green can't just pop this by effects. They have to do it by battle, which if you leave it in active mode, they can't really do anything about it. And yeah, just making it it's harder to kill by battle card skills. It's more relevant to green than it is to any other color, but still it's quite nice. And the nice thing with this is with the leader, you can use the leader's effect to basically discard 1, pay 1 when it's awakened, the free play out Kefla. Kefla will then draw 1 and then free play out Android 17. So for 1 energy, you've got both these guys out, and now Kefla's a 25 because your leader's awakened, because you use the effect to play it out. Android 17 is 25k, and Android 17 then boosts your leader 25k, meaning for 1 energy and going -1 in all, you've been able to have a free 25k swings, being your 25k lead. That's going to draw a card, which is why the whole combo is -1 in your hand. And then Kefla being 25 and Android 17 being 25, which is not too bad. Free 25k swings, which only making you only lose 1 in hand for, and also having a more defensive leader is really, really nice in New Goku. Like, it's getting some more benefits, but you need to see a few more to see if it's like going to be stronger than the ever red leads we've got. So that's the red cards. So let's have a look at the blue ones. So first two blue ones we got, once again, same thing with the red. We got one of the super combo for blue, and one of the extra cards we got revealed for blue. So we got the super combo for blue being all Kai. So once again, nothing different from the other super combos, just this is the trait in the character, which all Kai being just all Kai and a Supreme Kai. So unless a synergy with getting any synergy with Supreme Kais or finding an all Kai, is not as really relevant compared to the other one. Like blue has the least synergy with the super combos, which in terms of like searching or recycling or do anything with them. So it just comes down to which one you prefer. Like if you want to like fall out and have a judge stamp one, you got the Videl. If you just want to get a pre-release stamp one, you got Yajirobe. And I don't know if there'll be a pre-release or just a normal release with this one. But you just got Kai as another option as well. So you got the options, but it depends how you want to bling out with like what rarity you can get on some of the super combos. Then we have the Time Ring. So this is an interesting one. It's a 1-cost extra card for blue, and it's only got an activate main skill, which is look at 3 cards on top of your deck and place them either at the top or bottom of your deck in any order, and then draw 1 card. And that seems quite nice. It's like a cantrip, but you don't get any like an extra combo of it, and it's not very good defensively. But you get to look at the top 3 cards, and if you want to keep hold of them, you can rearrange them and make it so the top one is the one you then draw after that, or put them all to the bottom and then just draw something else. So you can potentially filter 4 cards from your deck by bottom decking the top 3 and then drawing 1 to kind of find things quicker, which is quite nice. So like for things like Goku Black, when you want to like dig through to find just certain like pieces like your Goku Blacks and your Zamasus and stuff, it's quite nice. That'll be filtered through, but I'm not sure how great it would be, considering that doesn't give you any board presence or any like defensive capabilities, being a just an extra card. But still, 1 cost for draw 1 and then basically filter for your deck, scrying and stuff. It's quite nice. And then the other 2 we got for blue, because we only got 4 so this week for blue, or the last 2 weeks. And we got the 2 SRs for blue, being Zamasu, because considering that the lead is a Zamasu lead, it makes sense that the SRs are more Zamasu. Like we saw the red ones so far, they're more like the ones connected to the leader, being total power ones, where the same thing would be said for the rest of them. And this one being first 2 we got for blue, being the few Zamasu ones. We got just a normal Zamasu, and then we got a Zamasu Fuse. Now I have to go back and have a look and see what the Goku Black says to see if Fuse Zamasu can be used with the Goku Black lead, the bottom deck stuff. But I'm not sure if you'd even want to play this out and then bottom deck with Zamasu because you want to keep this on board, consider what it does. And so with these 2 super combos, they're both very decent for their powder cost. So we got the 2 drop Zamasu being 20k, which is pretty decent, and then a 5k combo as well. So good powder cost ratio, like the same skill, like power as a skillless one, being 20k power for 2 cost, but only 5k combo. Like makes sense because of the stats and the effect. And then we got the 4-drop Zamasu Fused, being 25k, so not the best powder cost, but it's still decent, and a 5k combo, so at least they got combo power, which is the main thing. And the 2-cost Zamasu is a really nice one, where it's got permanent, where this card can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skill, so your opponent wants to try like remove them by any skill like bouncing, KO and stuff like that. It's not going to work. And then it's got a nice little, when attacking, discard 1 card from your hand as a cost, and then draw 1 card, so you can like put stuff like filter for your deck, try and draw more cards, and this is a pretty nice target for a Goku Black, because it's a card that you can drop, swing with it, get the effect, discard 1 and draw 1 extra card, and then bottom deck for the maker never, when you Goku Black's a bit cheaper, but even though it's quite costly, it's still quite decent in more Zamasu targets and better ones that we've already got. And then you got the Fuse Zamasu here, where it's got some nice effects. It's got when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. So that pairs very nicely to the new Zamasu leader, because it's going to like lack on hand size because of the fact that when it's awakened, it stops drawing, and it's got the whole blue thing of like keeping a mediocre hand. But being able to like just swing and draw 1, in addition to any other blue deck, just having this to be able to swing and draw 1 is really nice. But then it's also got the nice little when KO'd effect, which is play this card from your drop and rest mode, and then you can't play Zamasu Fuse to the turn. So if your opponent tries like pops this, gets rid of it, it comes back, they don't have to discard or anything, just plays itself back automatically, and then you just can't play another copy of it for the any more Fuse Zamasu for the turn. So that means if your opponent KOs it again, it won't come back out. But it's a nice little recursion to make it harder to kill. And if the opponent tries manages to kill it the first time and you bring it back, if you defend it again, then that's pretty good to keep it around, because it's going to keep drawing you cards and it's quite decent power as well. So pretty nice SR so far. Like SRC a bit more, like a little bit stronger than some of the SRs from set 1, but still we got to see what everyone's come, because there's still another one. I think another one each for blue and red, and then 2 more we're going to see at least one of for green and yellow as well. So those are the blue ones. Now we'll have a look at the green cards. We got a fair few green this week. So, like the other ones, we've got an SR. Well, we've got at least one of the SRs, because we're still going to see the next green SR tomorrow, and then the every yellow SR the day after on Tuesday. So we've got the super combo for green being Android. So this one is a bit makes Androids have a better option for the super combo, because it has more synergy with their ramp. So Android 16, same kind of things that super combos do already, but it's just now it's Android and Android 16. So there's more synergy for the Android deck, because Android they go with the ramp of their personal ramp. So that's quite nice. Then we got Trunks Future as the SR so far we've seen, and this is a nice one, is a little bit of ramp. So it's a free cost 20k, so not the best powder cost, but then still not too bad. Only 5k off, and at least he's got 5k combo. And he's got two skills. First one is an on play, where if you have 5 or more energy, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck and your energy and rest, so never ramp, so more ramp options for green, which is quite nice. And it's one that all cards can have. So it's like the gigantic meteor but on a body, but you have 5 or more energy, so it's got more of a restriction, but it's just more options for ramp. And then it's got never auto, where once per turn, when your battle card with energy cost, with a cost of 5 or more is removed from the battle by opponent, so it could be by skill, but by battle, this card then gets 10k power until the end of your next turn. So that's a really nice one. If your opponent KOs one of your things, this gets an extra 10k boost, being a 30k for the turn, and it comes for the opponent's turn, make it harder to kind of get rid of, and for your next turn as well. So that's not too bad, just another option for ramping. It's just nice to have that, because green's kind of identity now, at least in Fusion World compared to Masters, is ramp. And then we've got Senzu Bean. So we get Senzu Bean after one set. We get Senzu Bean in the game, and it's kind of similar to. Well, it's kind of similar to the Masters one, but not so much. It's got one of the skills that the Masters one does have, but it's kind of made it look better, so it's not too as busted as the old one and the one in Masters. So it's a 2 cost extra. So still 2 cost is a little bit costly, but green can do it because it's got the ramps. It's got more energy than most of the other colors, or all the other colors really. And it's got 2 skills. It's got an activate main, first one, which is free, so you got to pay this free in addition to the actual cost of the card. So to use this activate main, you got to pay 5, you got to pay 2 for the cost of the card, and 3 for the skill. And then you get to add the top card of your deck to your life. So you get to kind of do the same thing that the 6-drop Gohan does, but 1 cost less, but you also don't get to have a body. So you get to do it a little bit cheaper, but you don't have a body with it, so kind of some board pressure to go with it. And then the other one, which is a really nice one, that's going to be really annoying for other colors, especially if you partner with Broly, is Activate Battle. Choose your leader or up to 1 of your battle cards, and it gets 5k power for the turn. So that is really nice. Just you can leave 2 energy if it means surviving a little bit easier. You can have that out, especially against Ginyu. Once again, it's never a card that's going to be a pain in the ass for Ginyu. Is that you get to boost your leader and make it harder, because one thing green struggles with is with the swarm you can get from green and from Ginyu and other decks that can swarm out a load of 20ks and just keep smashing. Do it as early enough so that way you don't have to, before you can ramp and actually do things, you then start struggling for hand size and for cards to kind of defend yourself to get to that point. And this has been a really nice one, just 2 energy to give your leader a 5k boost. That way now you're not having to combo on every 20k swing. You now got to 25, so that way you can not have to combo on everyone, and your opponent has to combo up. At least they're comboing up, so you're basically losing cards together rather than just you. It's a really nice card. It's going to be seen though how great it's going to be. It could be really annoying, but it does have some nice potential. And then the other 3 green cards we've got is a never 6-drop Gohan, so we've got never target for that Android 16 blocker, but this one a little bit different, and green gets a second double striker. So it's a 6 cost 35k, just like the other 6-drop Gohan. It's a 10k combo, unlike the other one, which is only 5k, but it doesn't have the heal effect. It's instead just got 1 skill being a permanent, where if you have a Son Goku in your drop, which is very easy to do considering that cantrip for green that every green deck plays is Goku. That's very easy to have. Just play it out turn 1, combo off, it's there in your drop. And so if you have a Goku in your drop, this card gets double strike, meaning it does 2 damage to the 1 when it does damage to a lead. So that's really nice, just giving another option for a double striker, but then it being the same power as the ones in the other colors, but it costs 1 more, so it's got more combo power than the Androids. But Androids, the only difference being that the Androids one doesn't have any combo power, what this does. Androids have an extra 5k power, where this is 35, and the Androids have removal, where on play it pops 2, 3 or less cards on your opponent's board, so it gets a bit of removal. So ultimately, Androids is a lot better. But if you care about if you want to go on a budget because it's only uncommon, and you want more combo power to help deal with things, then this is more like a budget option, where the Androids are a lot better because of what they do. And then we've got some ever odd ones. So we've got the Cell Junior, like indicating a never card we're expecting to see, probably the last SR for one of the SRs for green, which we might see tomorrow. See. And we've got the Spy Robot Spot, like the exact same art as from the Masters one, but this one isn't going to not be able to play in the deck it's meant for, and it has a more interesting kind of effect. So Soul Junior is an interesting one, where it's a 2 cost 15k, so not the best cost ratio, but still decent, and a 10k combo, so it's got that going for it. And it's got a permanent and on play. So the permanent is if you have a Cell battle card with an energy cost of 8 or more in battle area, so indicating we're going to see a Cell that's either 8 cost, or has an effect to make him an 8 cost, because we've seen a lead in kind of looks to be centered around having 5 or 6 energy over time. And then you can use and play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. If you've got an 8 cost Cell in your battle area, you can play this out for free, which is quite nice. And it's got really nice on play, which is add up to 1 extra from your card from your drop to your hand. Now, if the focus of the Cell lead is to be staying around 5 or 6 energy, that's going to be really nice, because you can then use this to kind of like filter and keep grabbing back. It's the Kamehameha, so you can kind of manage your energy, so you can manage your energy to kick out an area, so you can keep ramping for free every turn with Cell and be able to play some of these great things. So it's going to be interesting to see what is. Like, I'm already intrigued, because there's like this card and some of the other ones for, mainly this one for the Cell lead. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what all the cards once to get more shown, and then it'd be nice to go over it and kind of check out what the lead does, and kind of like just build with it, really. And then we got this Spyro Bot being a 1 cost 5k with 10k combo, so he's got that going for him. And it's got 1 skill, being activate main once per turn. Choose 3 cards from your opponent's hand and reveal them. So it gives you hand knowledge, which is interesting to say the least. I don't know if it's going to be great. If you want to know what's in your opponent's hand to know if they've got certain cards, could be really cool. But it's about if it's worth putting in the deck, like playing out, and just if it stays around, being able to keep seeing what's your opponent's hand, you can potentially see the same 3 cards over and over again. But it'd be interesting, like, that way you can at least know what's in your opponent's hand, if they're struggling, what they can potentially do in the next turn. So it's quite an interesting one, but it doesn't seem the best. But there's always more of those that can change that and make it a little bit better. That brings us to the last slide, and almost to the end of the video, being the yellow reveals. So we've got 3 yellow reveals for this week, and we once again, just like the other ones, we got like we've seen with all the other ones, we got the super combo for yellow, 1 of the SRs, and an extra card for yellow. So we got Jacko being a super combo, so just bring in another super combo with less energy, being Jacko and an alien. So you're not really going to play this over Chile at the moment. Yeah, it's like Chile is the main one you're going to be playing for yellow, because that's the synergy of being a Freezer's army, which is what the majority of yellow cards are at the moment. So unless you prefer Jacko over Chile or Nail, then there you go. And then we've got Bulma being the SR. So this is a 1 cost 5k power 5k combo with an activate battle, which is quite interesting, which is switch this card to rest mode as the cost, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so more, like some cheaper self awakening in yellow, which is quite welcome to do it turn 1. And then you get to choose 1 or 2 effects. You either get to choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with entry cost of 4 or less, and switch to the rest mode, so it's kind of like disruption during your opponent's turn. And then if you have a rest mode, or the other one is if you have a rest mode battle card with a cost of 3 or more in play, you get to draw 1. So it adds a bit more draw power, or the option of, like, it's quite nice, the card, because you get that, it gives you extra self-awaken, which is quite nice for just 1 energy, and which can make it so you got more options for your plays, because if you have to play the 2-drop freezer and play this instead, gives you more options, but then it's less aggressive power. So it could be quite nice synergy with Freezer, but then also be able to use this like on your opponent's turn is quite nice as well. During your turn, resummon Freezer, and your opponent's turn to kind of get more draws is really, really cool. And that brings us to the last card being Blue Power Awakening. So we finally at least see one of the new battle tricks that Vegeta can make use of, because Vegeta is one that's opposite the Freezer. in the fact that Frieza untaps 2 battle cards in the turn, where Vegeta untaps 2 energy for the turn. But currently, there's not many battle tricks you can make use of that, or cards you can make use of that. So we've seen the first one to kind of see what it can do, and it's a really nice one because it adds more removal to yellow as well. So you've got the Activate main, which is choose one of your opponent's rest of battle cards with a cost of 6 or more, and kill it, meaning you've got an answer to outing Broly without locking it down, which is quite cool. So you've got some nice removal there for yellow, and even though it's 2 costs, still be able to remove a Broly off board, so you can then continue doing, like, basically you don't have to worry about it staying on board and have to deal with it. If you don't see a Frieza, that's quite nice. And the main thing that it does makes it really good with Vegeta is that you got the Activate Battle skill, so a battle trick, where you get to choose your leader or to one of your battle cards and give it 25k power for the battle. So once again, just like with the red one, it's a 25k battle trick, which is quite nice, but has no ever beneficial effects. It's got that ever beneficial effects being the Activate main. But consider that Vegeta untaps 2 is a really nice one to do it with. So basically just go give 25k boost to a lead, which out combo a 40k swing, and then be like absolutely fine. So it's nice to see. Hopefully we get some more good ones with like this for Vegeta, because Vegeta looks like a really interesting one, and one that could potentially do like be really good in the future as we get more cards you can potentially play defensively on your opponent's turn, or even more cards you can play on your opponent's turn like battle tricks. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll bring you back more news next week as we get more of it. So if you're interested in that, keep staying tuned to these videos at the end of the week, and I'll catch you next one. Bye for now.